So, hello there, Ramona. How are you doing today? I'm so
Hello.
excited to have you here because we are going to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is referrals. So, people that have been following me, Ramona helps businesses to grow exponentially, especially through sales generations, lead generations, and architecture. And referrals is one of the programs she puts in place in companies to help them grow, especially with the companies we all are, which is service-based companies. So, Ramona, thank you so very much for coming. And let's jump right away into the topic. Tell
Thank you
me,
for inviting me.
you're very welcome. I'm so excited to talk about this that I'm not even giving you a chance to greet people. So
Yeah.
referrals is the dream come true for businesses because it's like businesses market themselves, it's but how do referrals work? When do you need to start thinking about referrals?
Yeah, so a referral program, especially for the businesses that we serve, like service-based businesses, is a must, is a must-have. And in my opinion, a referral program must start from the beginning. So the moment that you close the first contract, you should have in place a structure around how you collect referrals. Because the best moment where you ask for a referral is when you sign a contract with your current clients. Yes, so from the very beginning. And if you don't have one, if you did not start one from the very beginning, now it's the time to start, if that makes sense.
Definitely. So when you say it's from the very start, what do you mean? You start with the mindset of referrals and you start to create this experience, this unbelievable and unparalleled experience that will have people talking about your business,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
one thing is the customer experience, of course, and the service and exceeding the expectations. But what I see is people, at least in the Netherlands, because I know in Italy and in Mediterranean cultures, when you say, I'm doing this, everybody jumps immediately to say, how can I help you? Who do you need me to introduce
Mm-hmm.
you to? And so. But in the Netherlands and in the northern cultures, we are more reserved and, we help you, but you need to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So, how does a referral work? Because I have very good clients who are very happy with me, but I notice I need to nudge them towards referring me. So, how does that work?
Yeah.
Where is that line between waiting and pushing, if I can say that?
Well, it should be structured. That's the difference. So you should have created upfront a structure on how to do it. Like, for example, you can introduce a request from the contract. You can introduce parts of the referral program in your marketing strategy. You can, so structure is a very important step in making this solution work for you. And you have to think at the referral program like an additional revenue stream for you or for the other person. Because if you sell it as an additional revenue stream also for the one who refers you, then in their mind becomes almost natural the process of pushing this referral, so bringing you referrals, if that makes sense. So it has to be structured. You have to create some rules, some norms around the referral program, and you have to think that is an additional channel to acquire clients, and so it requires a certain effort,
Okay, but you
attention from
said
you.
exactly like everything that you want to grow, you need to give it attention and need to be structured and systematic. But
Yeah.
you just mentioned it's an additional revenue stream for me and the other person. Are you implying that we need to pay the other person to get us referrals?
Well, let me give you some numbers, because when I work with my clients and I create referral programs, we look always at the statistics of the industry and everything. And I come up with some numbers that I wanted to share with you and your audience just to make you understand. More than 50% of people are likely to give referrals if offered a direct incentive, a social recognition, or access to an exclusive loyalty program. So statistics tell us that basically,
Mm-hmm.
if we recognize a fee or a social recognition or a lawyer. So it's kind of like make them become a part of a loyalty program. That gives you even more appeal to be referred. It's more powerful. So you don't just let it open and free. Yeah, you can ask for this, but if it's upon the payment of an incentive, it will work even better.
But isn't that kind of, I wouldn't say unethical, but isn't that kind of blurring the line? Because if you pay or you compensate for the incentive, it's odd because if I refer you somebody, right? It's natural between colleagues that we charge a percentage. You give me 10%, 5%, or we agree, or we might not to do it. But with a client and a provider, I think that is not tacit. It's not explained by itself. So the moment I bribe my client with a compensation, isn't it that kind of risking also the type of referrals we get?
Well, it's kind of funny that you talk about bribing the client because you served that client. So that client experienced the power of your service. So the first thing is that they will refer you anyway. The reason why you introduce a structure and an incentive is just because you want to have an ongoing mechanism to bring you in clients, right? So if you serve other businesses, then it makes sense. It's in exchange of favors. Let's say you served me, you helped me, you provided a solution to me, and I contribute by helping you growing. Yeah. And it's the same with an individual. I helped you to solve a problem. I helped you to grow some areas of your life, or I solved one of your pains. And because of the positive experience you had with me, you will refer me. The payment and the structure is there just because we want to make it more regular and not casual. This is the first aspect. Second, there are businesses that will not survive without having a referral program. So it's part of the collaboration. You don't agree with the customer about the referral after you serve them. You agree from the very beginning and you tell them that you have a structure around that. And if they find an opportunity to refer you to one or two people during the contract, you can even discount these fees from your package, from your own payment fees. Yeah. So the payment could be money, or could be discount on your package, or could be even a gift to another person, like introduce me to someone, and this initial fee
Discount
for you.
I can give to the other person. But you also said a payment could be social recognition. Could you elaborate on that as well? Because small businesses that are starting will have can have a difficulty, already putting money out there in the very beginning. So what is that social recognition when you're talking about referrals?
Yeah. So, for example, for some of our clients, we create like a social wall where we promote them, and we create social media posts to promote them. And just because we give them the social recognition, we don't talk about the fact that we serve them. We talk about them, who they are, what they do, what is their service. So we give them visibility.
Okay.
Because we are in a partnership, a trusted partnership, and because of that, we believe in them, we support them, we bring them with us on our social media, and because of that, they will be more visible and they will talk about us. So it's a win-win situation. This is less structured. You don't have norms and rules around this specific social recognition. You just, again, you talk with your client about the possibility to promote them on your social media, on your PR, on your
Let's suppose this client wins an award or recognition or gets a certification. Then you do a kind of shout out and say, so and so, congratulations, they have been trendsetters, and you help to promote them. Okay.
Yeah, and you will keep your position fresh in their mind. You serve them by implementing this strategy. After 3 months, they concluded the contract with you. After 1 year, they concluded the contract with you. They will remember you because you continue to nurture that relationship. I always say that when you enter in business, when you do business with someone, don't think for the term of the contract. Think for the term of a lifetime relationship. That's
Indeed.
very important.
Indeed. I suggest my clients that they do periodical evaluations with their clients during
Mm-hmm.
the contract. And then after the contract, like say 3 months after the contract, they touch base with the client to see if everything is going right and if they have, you know, bumped into obstacles or they are experiencing new challenges. So
Mm-hmm.
because maybe with a quick talk of 10 minutes, you can solve them a big problem, or if it's a bigger thing, you can resume the collaboration together.
Yeah.
So um, the referral would have the same structure, so you can kind of kill two birds in one shot. Now,
Yeah.
the other thing, even if, especially depending on your personality, because you are outgoing and you are powerful and but some other people is more introvert or more low profile. Even if having this agreement in the contract that you agree to do referrals, you still have to ask,
Mm-hmm.
and it might feel uncomfortable for people doing the ask. Do you have any tips about how to go about it?
Mhm. Yeah, I have a tip that I recommend to all my team members because they are very young, so they are not used at pushing services, promoting services. So I always recommend get excited. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you experience something, so it's like when you buy something at the store, like for us ladies, you buy a bag or a pair of shoes that are incredibly good, of very good quality, and you feel so amazing that you cannot stop to talk about them, right? So you don't have to talk always about them, but when someone asks you, oh, what nice shoes, you refer the store where you bought them or the brand that made the shoes, right? So get excited about things. You don't have to do it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But when someone asks you because they see the effect that it had on you or on your business, the growth in revenue or the productivity of your team, or you as a person, you feel more confident, or you just glow, right? But
Yeah,
maybe
success glows. Definitely, when you're successful, it
absolutely.
glows. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So you just get excited about what you experience. You don't have to think of the person that you are referring. You don't have to do it for the person, to be honest, for the company that delivered you the service. You have to do it because you personally received results. I always tell my clients, if you are not confident into doing it because you don't feel like I delivered 150%,
Mm-hmm.
150% results to you, don't do it. Do
Okay.
it. So the structure is there because we want to have more regular income of referrals,
Mm-hmm.
and there's an unimplied, how you say, unimplied norm, which is you refer me if you really believe that I delivered the best option of my service, the best solution that you could receive. Makes sense to you?
Yes. So let's suppose we have our terms and agreements, and a lot of people don't read the terms and conditions, and the idea of the referrals might fly over their heads. So you can still introduce it in a very nice way, like you have expressed so many other times. You're so satisfied with our job, with the work, and the growth you have experienced, or the transformations, depending what kind of business you are. We would love if you help us to reach out for people who are in the same situation like you. So that there goes the ask. How do you facilitate the referral? What is the best way to go? You say, can you introduce me? Is there a form? How are the mechanics of that in general?
Yes. So,
Because
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess by person it changes and by industry it changes. But what would be a rule of thumb in general?
Yeah, so when you start a referral program, you should think at the referral program like any other service. So you need scripts to present it. You need a framework for the to reach your targets because you want to sell 15 packages and you want to have 15, if possible, customers in your list for the referral program, right? So you also need a checklist of things that you do regularly in order to remember people about your referral program. And the initial pitch for the client, the acquired client, is very important, because you don't want to tell them, please refer us to other people. You
Mm-hmm.
can just plant the seed if you know someone else, or if you you have to tap into an emotional level to make them think of you when they encounter someone that have the same issue or have the same goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in order to touch base with that emotional aspect, you have to have a very good presentation, that presentation of the referral program. And this is your verbal presentation, your website presentation, the presentation that you have on your printed communication materials, in your contract. It has to be explained in a very valuable way to be noticed. So it's a process that you need to put in place in order for this to work out, and to work out in a very valuable way. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
not pushy, it's not briding, like you said previously. It's not, so it has to be very it has to be based on value,
And
right?
very
Value.
transparent.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
and the reason why you say it has to be a valuable presentation on your website and on every touch point, is it not only because of the cohesion in every aspect, but it can also be because people get in touch with your business through the different touch
Yeah,
points, and not necessarily because they know you or they, but it's just to make sure that whatever the touch point is, they reach the same
yeah.
destination. Okay.
And this is one of the reasons. The other one, think of a sales presentation, okay? You are making a sales presentation to a prospect, right?
Mhm.
And maybe you don't want to use only the sales pitch that you have, or the visuals that you have, or whatever you use in order to sell. You
Mhm.
can, maybe, if you understand at one point of the sales conversation that that prospect doesn't have the budget or the time availability or whatever is the blockage in that specific moment, the objection, you can use the web page of your referral program to say, and if it's not for you, who do you know?
Okay.
Because you can also use this opportunity to refer me to a couple of people and create a little bit of a budget for you, and your package will be discounted. Or you
Mhm.
see, and this is specifically, let's say, for coaches starting out, for consultants, for I would say even dentists,
Mhm.
some you know
Yes, for odontologists. It's very interesting because what you are implying, and you have said it also from the beginning, it's we have to depart with a win-win mindset.
absolutely.
There is a win for me and there is a win for you. And when you have the win-win, then thinking of situations or options like you just mentioned, like I'm doing a sales presentations and I am realizing that it's not going to be sold, but I
Hmm.
still want to make use of the opportunity and still help the other person, then you can come with those ideas when you think of a win-win, definitely.
Yeah. Also, because, so here I have two specific things that I wanna highlight. When you are in a sales presentation, usually you start by adding value. You ask questions, you already add some value, and because of that, and there's an affinity with the person on the other side, you start present. So when you ask questions and you start to add some value, trust has been built.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that you come up with a solution. Well, this is not a one way solution, right? So you come up with this and you say, well, if it's not for you right now, who do you know? It comes on the other side also, like on the other way also. It's like, I will also refer you for the things I know about you up until now to someone that might be, a prospect for you or a client for you. So and this is the one thing, it's for the prospect, let's say. For
Mm-hmm.
the client, it's a win-win, because, well, at that point when you served the client, You know about them, you trust them, you know their potential and who they serve. And I hope that you create this kind of relationship with your clients where you get to know them and you get to trust them.
And
And so
vice
the
versa.
loyalty, you see, so the loyalty is there. So the referral program is not only you refer me, it's also the other way around. I refer you. Maybe you don't have yet a structure on your company. I have it, but it's both that we refer each other at that point.
So one of the questions that we as a company trying to find referrals for our clients is asking them, what kind of problems do you solve? And even more importantly, how do people describe their problems so that I know you are a good fit for that person and I can refer, knowing that I am referring you a good fit and vice versa, right? Now, in general, and a little bit wrapping up, is there an etiquette when it comes to referral? Because, for instance, let's suppose the whole process is rolling, right? I made the ask, you referred me, the other person became a client. What happened next? Because I am the one that informs my client who referred me, this is going so very well, thank you so very much, this client is ideal. But some other people forget to tell, it's like a networking, you are connected to somebody else, and I think it's just natural that you refer to the original person. This was a great connection, thank you very much, or thank you for connecting me, we are already in contact, if you don't want to elaborate on the details. So what is an etiquette when it comes to referrals?
So that's why I recommend to figure out a way to keep in touch with these people constantly. Like when you have a little bit of a structure around your referral program, you should create a list. You should contact that list further into the process, like have recurrent conversation with the people in your list. And the second thing is, like, if you provide some kind of training, some kind of scripts to these people, like if you have like let's say that you want to use your referral program and have some targets, like let's say you want to create through the referral program 5 customers per month. Okay, so in order to reach that target, you need to instruct the people that subscribe to your referral program. So you need to give them easy access to your services. You need to give them scripts to present your idea. You need to give them a clear idea to who is your customer. So this is part of what we do for our customers when they want to create a referral program. We create all this structure that is around the program. So it's creating the steps that will ease the work, the job of the person that wants to refer you, because it's your job to remember them that you have a referral program. It's your job to create easy steps to access your services. It's your job to yes.
Okay, definitely. It's like any other thing in your business that you want it to work. You have to schedule it in your agenda, and you have to stick with it. And then again, the win-win mindset is the very first step. So why don't you tell us a little bit more? How do you help your clients, and how can people contact you?
Oh, thank you very much. So we help our clients to grow and create an impact. So part of growing, so part of the business development is to provide solutions for them on their path to grow. It can be to grow their business architecture, to grow personally as business owners and detach, let's say, from being an operator in their company to being more like a strategic person for their company. It can be that we grow their teams in order to accelerate sales, to generate more leads. So we provide different services. In 2020, we pivoted online massively because of the current situation. So we have 3 specific ways to help our clients. One is to we provide them with solutions to generate more leads. We provide them with solutions to grow, and so we extrapolate for them a strategy growth. And we also pay attention to this new concept of business today must be social responsible. Every business should be social responsible. So we have a group of consultants and businesses that are in our community, which are social responsible. And we help this community to help our clients see that aspect, see the benefits. It makes sense?
Yes.
So what we are good at, we create a path for them to grow and to accelerate the impact that they have. And part of this is the structure of the referral program, because every healthy business must be referred. That's
Independent
the
of the size, right?
Exactly. So it's a kind of a way on how do you evaluate your impact, your good results, right? It's through the people that refer you, in my opinion. So we are not talking here about corporations, or we are talking about small, medium-sized businesses, because that's what I serve, and I assume that you also serve this category, right? So. Specifically for the referral program, we create the structure. So we identify the starting point, like we give you the scripts, we give you the framework, we provide for you the methodology, the touch points, and how you introduce it and to whom, because not everybody is adapted for your referral program. And based on that, we put some targets and we identify the strategy to reach these targets. So actually, we create all that infrastructure for your referral program to work.
Perfectly. So, like everything, I know that strategies take time before you see the results, right? But in referrals, when you roll out a referral program, what are the signs you need to be alert that your referral program is working or not?
Mhm. Well, it's the level of communication that you have with the people that agreed to your referral program. So if you have a constant recurrent conversation with them, that's a sign that your referral program will take off sometime in maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year. We don't know, based on the industry, based on your service, based on the fees that you can provide for your referral program. That's something very specific. But the kind of communication you implement with the people that are supposed to refer you is a must, and that's the way you evaluate the effectiveness of the program.
Okay. So, people, I love this conversation, Ramona. We have to connect again soon. People, share your experiences and your comment. And then again, your referral program starts from the very moment you start a relationship with a potential client. You establish it in your terms and conditions, and you also create the structure in your business for a referral program. You have to be intentional about your referrals. You can't be casual about your referrals. So, Ramona, thank you so very much. And you people, thank you again for connecting us and following us today. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Claudia, and thank you all your audience. I hope to keep in touch with you and touch base very soon with also you with your audience.
We sure are
Again,
going to stay in touch. I
yeah.
love having you as a guest. Bye,
Thank
people.
you.
Bye.